Hi viewers, welcome to Sandeep Online English. I am here with great pleasure to present another topic, that is parts of speech. We use a number of words in our day-to-day conversation. While going through a newspaper, we come across a number of words, hundreds and thousands of words in English. And all the words that we use in the language of English are divided into 8 parts of speech. If you are thorough with the topic of parts of speech, you can speak impeccable English. You can speak beautiful English and win the applause of your listeners and the other audiences. So coming to this very topic, the 8 parts of speech, they are noun, pronoun, adjective, verb, adverb, preposition, conjunction and interjection. Let us know in detail about each and everything. The very first one, noun. A noun refers to names. It might be the name of a person, place, thing, animal or quality. Take an example, Rani, girl, gold, team, joy, etc. Whatever that refers to names, that is called noun. Now coming to pronoun. In the very word pronoun, we know the meaning. Pro, noun. Pro means in place of, instead of. A pronoun is a word used in place of a noun. For example, I, we, you, he, she, it, they, etc. Raju is my friend. And in order to continue the next sentence, I don't say Raju is clever, Raju is my favorite one. I don't say so. Raju is clever and he is quite helpful to everyone. Like that. A pronoun is a word used in place of a noun. Now coming to the third part of speech, that is adjective. An adjective is a word that qualifies a noun or a pronoun. For example, good, bad, rich, poor, etc. Take another example. He is a boy. What sort of boy is he? We have to question. He is a clever boy, rich boy, poor boy, bad boy, good boy, nice boy, fat boy, lean boy. Like that. An adjective is a word that adds something to the meaning of a noun or pronoun. Next, verb. Verb plays an important role in the formation of sentences. A verb is a word that indicates action or state. For example, do, go, is, was, etc. Now I am teaching you. In the expression I am teaching you, I am teaching is the verb. You are the listeners. In the expression you are the listeners, are is the verb. Are indicates some state. Now I am standing and speaking to you. I am standing, I am speaking. These are all the verbs that indicate action. Totally, a verb denotes either action or state. Next, adverb. An adverb, in the very word adverb you get the meaning. Add, verb. Adverb means adding something to the meaning of a verb. We add something to the meaning of a verb. For example, I say, I speak fluently. I speak fluently. How I speak? I speak fluently. The word fluently is an adverb in this context because it adds something to the meaning of the verb speak. Here some more examples. An adverb qualifies or modifies not only a verb but also an adjective or another adverb. For example, slowly. I walk slowly. In that context, slowly modifies the verb walk. She is very beautiful. In the other context, she is very beautiful. Beautiful is an adjective, and the word very, it adds something to the meaning of the word beautiful. So, very modifies the word beautiful, so it is an adverb. He walks too fast. In the expression he walks too fast, fast is an adverb, and he walks too fast. And the word too modifies another adverb, that is fast. So, too is also an adverb. Now coming to the sixth part of speech, that is preposition. In the very word preposition, we get the meaning pre-position. Pre-position. In the sense that a preposition is a word that is placed before a noun. The word is placed before a noun or a pronoun to show its relation with some other word in a sentence. In short, I say that a preposition is a word that shows the relation between one word and the other word in a sentence. For example, the book is on the table. The relation between the book and the table, what word? On. The book is on the table. The book is under the table. The book is at the table. The book is at the table. The book is by the table. The book is behind the table. The book is beyond the table. These are all the prepositions. And in fact, among all the parts of speech, preposition is the most difficult part of speech. It is the most difficult one, and a person's knowledge in the language of English is judged by the way he uses the prepositions beautifully. It is very tough to get the mastery of the topic of prepositions. And among all the parts of speech, verb plays an important role, because without verb we can't express our ideas beautifully. For instance, I English. If I say I English, you can't understand what I am speaking to you. I like English. I love English. I hate English. I know English. I teach English. I learn English. When I use all these verbs, you understand what I mean. So, a verb plays an important role in the construction of a sentence. You want to make your speech fluent enough, either while writing or speaking, you need to know the good usage of verbs so that your ideas can be beautifully understood to the listener. Now coming to the next part of speech, conjunction. A conjunction is a word that joins words or sentences. In the very word conjunction, we get the meaning junction, conjunction. It joins words or sentences. Rama and Krishna are friends. Rama, Krishna. These two words are joined by the word and. Rama and Krishna. Rama worked hard, but he failed. Rama worked hard. It is a sentence. He failed. It is another sentence. But the word but acts as a conjunction because it joins the two sentences. See, these are some more examples. And, but, if, though, etc. Now coming to the last part of speech, that is interjection. An interjection is a word that expresses some sudden feelings. The sudden feelings of joy, sorrow, fear, anger, pain, surprise, wonder, etc. Whatever it is. For example, oh, loss, hurrah, etc. But each part of speech, there is a subdivision. For example, a noun. Take an example of a noun. A noun is broadly divided into two types. They are concrete nouns and abstract nouns. Concrete nouns are the nouns that can be seen and touched, whereas the abstract nouns cannot be seen and they cannot be touched. For example, again, concrete nouns are subdivided into four types. They are proper nouns, common nouns, material nouns, and collective nouns. Proper nouns, they are particularly given names, specially given names. India, Pakistan, Shirala, Bapatla. These are the specially given names. So they are called proper nouns. The nouns which are commonly called are called common nouns. Fan, board, shirt, table. They are commonly called by the people, so they are called common nouns. And some nouns are material nouns. The nouns which refer to some material like sugar, sand, wood, cotton, iron, silver, etc. And there are some collective nouns. Collective nouns refer to some group, team, committee, crowd, etc. In case of abstract nouns, they refer to only mind because they are not seen and touched by us. For example, honesty, joy, happiness, sadness, music. The music, we can't see the music, but we can hear the sound. And these are all the subdivision of nouns. Now coming to pronouns. Pronouns are also divided into 9 types. There are 9 types of pronouns. The pronouns, they are personal pronouns, reflexive pronouns, emphatic pronouns, interrogative pronouns, demonstrative pronouns, distributive pronouns, relative pronouns, reciprocal pronouns, etc. Now coming to adjectives. Adjectives are also of 9 types. They are proper adjectives. From the proper noun we get the proper adjectives. India, America, they are proper nouns. From the proper nouns we get the proper adjective like Indian soldiers, American soldiers, Indian, American, they are proper adjectives. Similarly, exclamatory adjectives. To make an exclamation, I say, what a beautiful thing it is. In the expression, what a beautiful thing it is. What? It is an exclamatory adjective. Like that, we find some more adjectives. Adjectives of quality, adjectives of quantity, adjectives of number, interrogative adjectives, distributive adjectives, demonstrative adjectives, possessive adjectives. See, in case of this, there are many students and teachers who get confused. Possessive adjectives. This is my book. When I say, this is my book, book is a noun and my is an adjective, it is a possessive adjective. That is her book. Her book. Book is a noun and her is an adjective. So, these are the possessive adjectives. My, our, your, his, their, its, etc. These are all the possessive adjectives. The adjectives are misused by some of the people in case of articles also. A, an and the. These also come under adjectives. And now coming to verbs. Verbs are also of 6 types. In one way I can say that verbs are of 2 types. Main verbs and helping verbs. I teach English. When I say I teach English, teach is the main verb. I am teaching English now. In the expression I am teaching, teaching is the main verb and am is the helping verb. In the other case, verbs are of 2 types. Finite verb and a non-finite verb. A finite verb is a verb that indicates tense, whereas the non-finite verb is a verb that doesn't indicate tense. For example, I went to Bapatla to meet my friends. I went to Bapatla. That the verb went indicates past tense. I went to Bapatla to meet my friends. To meet. And the expression to meet does not indicate any tense. It gives certain meaning. So it is non-finite verb. In the other way, verbs are of 2 types. Transitive verb and intransitive verb. A transitive verb is a verb that is immediately followed by the object. I play chess. In the expression I play chess, the verb play is followed by the object chess. So play is a transitive verb. and I sit on the chair. I sit on the chair. In the expression I sit on the chair, sit is not followed by the object, it is followed by a preposition. So in this case it is intransitive verb. This is in brief about the kinds of verbs. And now coming to adverbs. Adverbs are also of 9 types. They are also of 9 types. Different adverbs are there. Adverbs of place, adverbs of time, adverbs of number, adverbs of quality, adverbs of quantity, interrogative adverbs, relative adverbs, like that. Different kinds of adverbs are there. Then coming to prepositions. Prepositions are also of 5 types. Simple prepositions like in, on, for, with, by, etc. And double prepositions. We find 2 prepositions in the same one. Double prepositions. Out of, from behind. And the third one, that is compound prepositions. Compound prepositions are very big in size. Between, behind, beyond, like that, somewhat big in size. And then phrase prepositions. Phrase prepositions are the words which are at least minimum of it. The phrase preposition contains a minimum of 2 words, 2 to 3 like that. In front of, in place of, instead of. These are the phrase prepositions. And the other one is participle prepositions. Participle means we find the formation of V1 plus ing. According to, owing to, regarding. These are the participle prepositions. Now coming to conjunction. Conjunctions are also of 2 types. There are 2 types of conjunction. Coordinating conjunctions and subordinating conjunctions. Coordinating conjunctions combine 2 coordinative clauses. He worked hard, but he failed. He worked hard, but failed. He worked hard, one main clause, and he failed, another main clause. So that word and the word but combines the 2 sentences. It is a coordinating. He worked hard, but he failed. In case of subordinate conjunction, it combines one main clause and one subordinate clause. Though he worked hard, he failed. He failed is the main clause. Though he worked hard is the subordinating clause. And the very word though acts as a conjunction there. Like that, we find different types of parts of speech. Subdivision is there, but don't bother about the subdivision. You simply bother about only what the 8 parts of speech are. And let's have a brief glance of the entire topic. It's very easy to remember because it is useful for both the competitive aspirants and the academic aspirants. See, noun. What is a noun? Simply names. Noun means names. Pronoun. Pronoun means in place of noun. Adjective. Adjective. Simply it qualifies a noun or pronoun. That's all. Verb. It indicates action or state. Adverb. It modifies a verb or adjective or another adverb. Preposition. It shows the relation between 2 words. Conjunction. It joins words or sentences. Whereas interjection, it expresses some certain feelings. So this is in brief about the topic of parts of speech. But one thing you have to remember. We can't give a particular word to the others and ask them what part of speech is it, like that. We should not ask, because only in the context, as per the context only, we can say that this word belongs to a particular part of speech. The same word may act as different parts of speech in different contexts. For example, the fast lasted for 1 week. In the expression, the fast lasted for 1 week, the word fast is the noun form. I fast on Saturdays. I fast on Saturdays. In the expression, I fast. Fast is the verb form. This is a fast train. In the expression, this is a fast train. The word fast qualifies the noun train. So fast is an adjective there. I walk fast. In the expression I walk fast, fast is an adverb. So what do we understand by this? The same word may act as different parts of speech in different contexts. So I hope that you have enjoyed the lesson, and thank you very much for your cordial attention. Make a marvelous day.